Hey, before I get into this review, whenever I'm editing, I always realize there were a few things that I wish I talked about. Stick around to the end of this video and see if you were right in guessing what I neglected to mention. Or if you're impatient, you can always use chapter markers below. I'll be back after the video with what I missed. Astro Boy cartoon style. Do you guys know that reference? On the way back from Maryland, which I will get into Maryland Mayhem and all the fun we had there in another video, hopefully soonish. On the way home, picked up something really cool, the Nexus Pro X.
Well, look at what this guy's buying. Now to show you his pin.
Now this is the original Nexus Pro, and I don't think we need to talk a whole lot more about that. There's so many videos, but I will just quickly say, if you don't know what this was kind of a big deal around 2020. This put a blaster you could get off the shelf at Walmart that hit 150 FPS easily in people's hands. This is a great blaster. It still is. You can still buy it. Came with a couple mags. It's really comfortable. Extendable stock. It was really easy to change those springs back there. This is still a solid blaster, and that's why it started the whole phrase, just get a Nexus Pro, bro. But I'm excited to get into the Nexus Pro X. People have been really liking it, and I have not let myself touch it until now. So let's get some reactions here. Get rid of this thing. Whoa. The Nexus Pro X is a beauty. It comes with a lot. This is still the same price point as the original. It's 50 bucks US, and you're getting a lot of blaster. It's rumored to do 200 FPS. We'll chrono that after. Comes with a couple mags, iPro. Comes with a SCAR barrel, a BCAR. What that BCAR is it is actually a little muzzle that puts a spin on the dart as it exits the blaster, making it more accurate. It is amazing that that actually comes with this blaster. It actually has two types of SCARs. I don't know as much about SCARs and BCARs and PCARs as I should, because usually I would use flywheelers, and flywheelers are only starting to slowly use those more and more. I'm ready to get into this and open it up. Do it the old way? Oh, this looks pretty sharp. This blaster right away is a lot sturdier. That's definitely something that you notice right away. This one is half dart only. The old Nexus Pro had a mag adapter. You could run full lengths or half lengths. This one, not so much. It comes with two 12-round mags and just enough darts to fill it. This angled foregrip is really angled, like very angled. That is not a bad prime for the performance that we are supposed to get out of this. One thing I will say, this rear sight, I don't know what they're thinking. This is like a performance blaster through and through. Nobody's gonna use this. It looks goofy. It looks left over from another blaster. I don't know why this isn't just a simple iron sight on the back. I'm sure somebody in marketing was like, let's make it look more toyish. I don't know. The stock on this is, again, also really sturdy. We have that same quick access to springs. This has a little compartment. If I hit this release and lift up, with a spare O-ring. That's kind of cool in case you need to change your seal to get a really good seal. And we have lots of rails. This is a little attachment that can hold your SCARs when you're not using them. Rails on both sides. I have the bearing SCAR. So this is the BCAR, which is the bearing centered auto rotation, centering and rotation. Basically just means as it gets pushed through, it puts a little bit of spin on the dart. If you Google SCAR or BCAR and Nerf, you can see lots of videos talking about that. The difference between these two is this one, it's just kind of printed in the barrel, and this one is actually using little bearings. I'm not sure what the FPS difference is between them. This up here is just a little holder. It does make the front barrel look kind of cool, I have to admit. But your actual barrel that you're firing out of is down here, which means that barrel is quite a bit below your sight. So that might be something to get used to. I'm just gonna shoot at a curtain. Oop, I have to turn my safety off here. Pretty peppy. I should note too, you have a mag release down here. Oh, it's a skinny pusher. I don't have to have it primed. And you have another mag release right here that you can access while you're holding it on the grip. That's pretty cool. So if you like grabbing it like this, you can. If you want to move your finger forward, if you want to move your finger in, you can do that too. And they do gravity drop. I'm going to try to put a shot in the bear's mouth. I hope I don't break my target bear at these velocities. Oh yeah. Yeah, well, I think I dented his tongue. That's pretty accurate. I want to take out the bearing scar here. It's wedged in there pretty good. I put it in right away to try it, and I'm a little bit paranoid about taking it out and like messing up the bearings. Oh, here we go. I'm trying to touch it, not on the bearings. There we go. I don't want to hit my target bear. I'll hit him maybe in the hand. Wow. That is super accurate. I'm gonna have to do a follow-up video sometime. It's pretty late here, and give you guys some actual target footage. Maybe I'll go to my deck tomorrow. We'll see what kind of results we get. But boy, this is, I mean, I'm gonna go bearings in here. That's the real cool factor. Let's check out the FPS. I would have used this in the tournament that we were in, that the Mega Double XLs were in. It's really interesting to me that this is the Adventure Force Walmart blaster, and of all the blasters, this is probably the most ready to go put in a tournament one that's out, and this is like the Walmart one. Let's get some FPS readings here. 195, 198, 199, and that's with the bearing scar. Let's take that one off and try the other scar. 192, duplicate 192, 190. So yeah, the whole advantage of bearing scars and why they've become so popular is you're supposed to get less resistance on your dart. Let's do a couple. We have 3 darts left. Let's do a couple with no scar for fun. 196. Well, that bearing scar really doesn't take much off it. 197. Duplicate 197. So probably not much reason to not always use the bearing scar. All right, we're gonna see if we can hit a Pepsi can way over there. I didn't want to wait until tomorrow. At 36 feet. I wish I had a rear iron sight for this, but we'll figure something out tomorrow. Can't tell how close I'm getting. There was a ding. Did it bounce onto it though? There we go. All of those though were hitting right around it. And I mean, it's hard when you're firing a blaster for the first time and you only have a front sight. Seems pretty darn accurate to me. I don't think I need to say much more. At 50 US, the Nexus Pro X is just an amazing blaster. If you don't like this foregrip, it has a Picatinny rail underneath, so you can change it. I might go more vertical. I'm going to print myself some new sights, I think. But right out of the box, you really have something amazing for this price point. My only concern is that this thing is pretty easy to prime. Like, I think really early teenagers, like 11, 12, could prime this no problem. And I do worry a little tiny bit about kids that age maybe getting this and not knowing what they have and not being dedicated to wear the eyewear that comes with it, or parents not knowing and someone getting hurt. Parents, if you're seeing this, just be careful. Adults, if you're looking to start up a little club or a little high FPS club, you guys should all go out and buy a Nexus Pro X, bro. But really, sure, the X-Shot long shot I would have previously recommended as that go-to, get yourself a high-performing blaster, but this feels so much sturdier than the X-Shot long shot, more performance. I am impressed. We need to bring these vibes to the Pro line. For more in-depth coverage, go check out Blasterhub News. He just posted an article not too long ago about this. Go check out Wacom S7's video. He was gushing about this. I hadn't watched it yet because I wanted to get kind of a raw opinion. I'm gonna go watch it after. This thing is a hit. It's so solid, it's so nice. I'm gonna end up using this a lot where I can. 200 FPS is pretty hot. I'm going to probably be doing some experimenting when I can to actually take the FPS down. It's almost too bad it didn't come with another spring to take it down in FPS, but maybe that's what the Aeon Pro is for. And you know what? Maybe each blaster doesn't have to be everything. Maybe this is just your high performance springer, and it does that, and it does it pretty well. I don't think too many of you are surprised. With how good the Nexus Pro was, this is an awesome evolution of it. I might be a flywheel guy, but I'll be playing with this a bunch. Until the next one. Number one thing that I missed, it does have slam fire. Pull down that trigger, hold it down. I can't see myself using it. I almost always forget to mention slam fire because for a blaster like this, I wouldn't. There are cases where, sure, it can be really handy. You have some sort of drum magazine or something and you're just like providing a bunch of cover. But something like this, I feel like I'd be aiming every time. But it does it. The second thing I didn't mention is Talon mag compatibility. It is, of course, compatible, and those Talons even also drop. So it's compatible just perfectly. I mean, I don't think that's a big surprise. That would have been a huge miss, but it's worth mentioning. And I think last but not least, something that I would have wanted to mention had I remembered the first time around is the fact that they cheekily called this the Nexus Pro X. You know, we have the Strife X, which was the Nerf Pro line, and they went right in, not very subtle, and they called this the Nexus Pro X. Now, Nerf wasn't the first company to ever use X to describe a special version of something, and Dart Zone won't be the last, but I thought it was kind of a little bit of a shots fired thing that they called this the Nexus Pro X. More competition is only good for us foam flinging enthusiasts. If I missed anything else, watch for it in the comments. Bye-bye. I'm back with one more. I potentially missed a really big one. So with the bearing scar, there's actually a little insert here that easily comes out. You want this in to use it with the Nexus Pro, but if you take it out, all of a sudden, it's just the right diameter for so many barrels in the hobby. Here it is. It fits perfectly on my Mark 1.2. That is amazing that this is just available at Walmart as a little extra in a $50 Nexus Pro X. So cool.